Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Polly's Pantry. I'm Polly Pitch, and today we're going to do a series of shorter videos, some simpler techniques, some simpler tasks, some simpler dishes. As summer is hopefully creeping up to us pretty soon here, some easy stuff that will hold and that you can work into a couple of different dishes. Before we get going, I want to thank everybody for your patience and for your support. Been about a month since we've seen each other. A little bit of back problems and life getting in the way here. So we're going to be back here and we're going all in. We're going to try to shoot a couple of videos today and see what we can get going. Again, thank you for all your support. We are over 2,100 views since in about 4.5 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your interest in this little project here. We're about 120 so people on Facebook, and I think we're going to get ready to push that out and make it public in our grand announcement here. And we're also on Twitter, where you'll find a link to the recipes. Before we get going, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends, tell your dog, tell the cats, subscribe and like the page. Today we're going to make a little pesto dish in honor of all the online pestos I've had. I had somebody email me saying that I stole his recipes and he was wanted $10,000. I'm like, sure, pal, tell me your address, I'll drop it off. How about that, right? So in honor of all the pestos, we're gonna make a pesto. And what we're gonna do is my youngest son's favorite. The oldest doesn't put up too much of a fight when I make it. But we're gonna do something different. Instead of regular basil, pine nuts, olive oil, all the boring stuff, we're gonna use basil, arugula, spinach, and make a pesto from that. And I've got just some toasted walnuts. I just do in a saute pan, tossed real quick, and I have a little bit, just 1 clove of roasted garlic that I threw into the oven about 20 minutes. Just let it kind of melt and put together. We got a little lemon, a little white wine, of course, and some salt and pepper. We have our wine ready to go. Today we've got a really nice Bogle Pinot Noir. This is one of my favorites. If you can find this in the store, this is a really nice wine for the price point. Usually 10, 12 bucks a bottle. And I'll tell you, it tastes like a higher end brand of Madawi, Camus, Charles Krug in that neighborhood. So let's get set up. We'll get our food processor going and let's make some pesto. Okay, as we create here, we're gonna turn this pesto into about 3 different ideas, 3 different dishes. We're gonna make, of course, a pasta pesto dish. I've got some rotisserie chicken in the fridge. You might throw that in there and up the price a little bit to a chicken pesto penne and get $22.95 for it. We're also gonna make like a fun little charcuterie tray, something we do a lot after golfing. You're tired, you're hot, you're miserable, you're pissed off because you double bogeyed the last hole. A little snack before dinner kind of helps ease the pain a little bit. A couple cocktails don't hurt either. But a nice little kind of charcuterie board we're gonna make. And then we're gonna do a fun play on a shrimp cocktail. When you see this, you're really gonna like it. So, this contraption here, you know, that thing that's been holding up in the back of your cabinet, collecting all the dust, our food processor. We're just gonna load it up. I've got about 1.5 cups of basil, about 1.5 cups of spinach, and about 1 cup of arugula, just to kind of give it some, the pepperiness of the arugula is gonna complement the sweetness of the basil and kind of the blandness of the spinach. Got our roasted garlic. Again, we just threw in the oven for a little bit. And I'm gonna toss in pine nuts, or excuse me, the hazel walnuts. I can't think today. Our toasted walnuts, just get it all going here. I've got about 1/4 cup of olive oil. I don't wanna blow the brand here. So we put it in this little dish. Let's get a little liquid to get going. We can always add more. That's no problem. Staple in the pantry. Gotta be a little shorty white wine, just a dash. Kind of once around the neighborhood here. And I want just a little bit of fresh lemon, about 1/4 of a fresh lemon. Really kind of wake it up a little bit. Get it going, kind of add to that freshness there. All we're gonna do, give it a whack. See, it doesn't take long, doesn't take much to get it going. And you can play with the consistency. Some people like it real chunky, some people like it real soupy. This is just kind of once around the block. So that kind of depends on your taste. I've got quarter cup of a grated Romano cheese, Parmesan, Espagne. You don't have to go crazy with the super expensive stuff. This is just a store-bought Parmesan. I'm gonna put just a shake of salt. You wanna be careful with the salt in this because the walnuts and the cheese is gonna be really salty. A couple of turns of our nice pepper blend here. And we're gonna live dangerously here. I'm gonna throw in a couple of shakes of red pepper flake. Give it a little spice, give it a little heat. Get it going here. Again, what did I say? It's gonna take longer to clean the machine than it is to make the pesto. I do this quite a bit around the holidays. Again, my youngest son takes a bath in this stuff. He just loves it. I usually make a pesto or a pasta dish with this, and then I make give him a big vat to take home. So I'll kind of double the recipe, and that is about it. Let's give it a little taste to see how it's doing. Very, very simple. Very, very easy. Very, very good. Really fresh. You can taste the pepper from the arugula, taste the cheese, a little bit of wine. And again, as you're making this, if it's too soupy, we're gonna add a little bit more basil, a little bit more spinach, a little bit more oregano, maybe a little bit more cheese. If it's too dry, a little bit more wine, a little bit more oil, so on and so forth. Let's get this in a bowl. We're gonna assemble 3 dishes really quickly. Okay, we're just about ready to get back in action. I'm gonna put my glasses on here, and I can't see nothing. Here's that little charcuterie tray I was talking about, whatever's in the fridge. I've got just some cut up cucumbers, some broccoli, some carrots, handful of cheese, some fun little sugar peas, our pesto, and just some little crackers. And this will keep everybody from starving before dinner. Really fun play on a shrimp cocktail. Looks really, really fancy. Looks really, really cool. I spent all day on this and you don't appreciate me. Those are store-bought shrimp right out of the deli. A little bit of lemon, our beautiful pesto. Really fun play on a shrimp cocktail. And then easier yet, as you know here in the pantry on our pro tip 2, and if you did not watch pro tips 2, shame on you, you missed this tip. We cook our pasta ahead of time. Keep it in a Ziploc bag, just a little bit of oil. So I got a handful of just little mini masticcioli that I had a couple nights ago. Just gonna cut up some rotisserie chicken here. Make it look all rustic and fancy. And then a little bit of pesto. Mix her up. Maybe just a touch more. This is a great last minute deal. Again, if you have a big group, you can make this all ahead of time. Have it in a pan, warm it up in the oven. When the kids come home, starving after school, starving after practice, you had a lousy day, mix this up together, zap it in a microwave, about 2 minutes. You got dinner. It's gonna take you longer to pour the wine than it is to make dinner tonight. So there you have a really fun play on a pesto. Again, what we did it with pretty much equal amounts of arugula, dandelion looking peppery green, sweet basil, and a little bit of spinach. You kind of stretch it, give it some color, give it some more vitamins in there. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of wine, squeeze a lemon, and away we go. And again, we got 3 dishes out of it. This will hold a good week, 10 days covered in the fridge. dresses up a salad. And again, just a fun little kind of vegetable and dip thing for lunch or for a light dinner. And again, this on the table, you can prepare this. These are our dollar store martini glasses. Have this in the fridge. Drop this on your table when your guests arrive as you're finishing your dinner. So that is our little quick episode on pesto. Hope you enjoyed it. Real quick, we have a little shout out to do today. We have one of Milwaukee's favorite bartenders and favorite people overall. Taking a little bit of a break, very well-deserved break. Bingo, get off your damn break. I need some help over here in the pantry. So brother, when you're ready and when you're better, you know where I live. We'll see you soon. Thanks again for joining us today at the pantry. Hope you enjoyed our little episode on pesto. See you again real soon. Have a great day.